Hi, so today we are supposed to do a visual assignment, so like a video journal, and we're supposed to talk about, it's kind of like a vlog, so like students will report on challenges, discoveries, questions, and understanding about the different areas of study and the understanding of real or perceived problems in our society. So this is kind of hard and confusing because our specific topic this time was to identify, define, and contrast the four major types of research discussed in the text. So when I first read this, I was like very nervous because I was like, I don't understand what that means and how I'm gonna do that. But after actually reading and going through everything, it was actually really easy to find things that were like easy to relate. So the research that is done in and surrounding social issues and problems are much different than the research done in biology and chemistry, which is I think is really cool and interesting because you can't really like study social issues in a laboratory like setting. So you have to go out and to the actual social settings and study them. It is harder to find scientific evidence to back up research when it comes to social issues and trends. Social research is designed to gain information about social problems so that we can understand them and find ways to better the social issues we have. Because social problems is not scientific research, you have to find different ways to measure the trends instead of just like, you can't like visually see it on a graph. Like you have to like find different ways to actually measure it and actually show like you've learned something and like show the trends. There are 4 different ways that we receive data in the social research, and those 4 ways are survey research, statistical analysis of official records, and then experiments and participant observation. So researchers have to critically think in order to evaluate research at all, like all the research that they collect. And as a quick side note, it does seem like a lot of the social research that is done is more towards shaping the future of like what's going to happen rather than actually just getting information, which I thought was kind of interesting. So, the book explained that we look at scientific research as both rational and empirical, and I never really thought of it like that. I never really thought anything of that. But basically that means that we need to look at it logically and come to the conclusions based on evidence rather than speculation or personal feelings, which I think is hard sometimes because personal feelings conflict with our ethical decisions and our social decisions, like who we're friends with, because like we will morally and ethically be on the same page. So I think our personal decisions affect a lot of social things. So I think that's kind of strange and different that you have to like measure. It's harder to measure research because you can't involve your personal feelings, which I thought was neat. The groups can have various attitudes from people with different genders, socioeconomic statuses, and race. So like the groups that are used in social research are various, like there's so many groups. Survey research uses and interviews or so survey research is the first one that I want to talk about, and it uses interviews or questionnaires to gain data about phenomena, and we use surveys all the time. Surveys are the most popular social research type. I don't know, but yeah. And so survey research is used the most, and it has very big samples, and it basically takes the samples, which means that it is a small number of people. Socioeconomic status is the position in the social system based on economic resources, power, education, prestige, and lifestyle, which I didn't know. So I thought that was cool. Surveys can help you understand the distribution of people along some dimension, and you can discover relationships among variables, and variables are any trait or characteristic that varies in value or magnitude. Survey research is probably the most common used method of study in sociology, which I already stated. And we use surveys all the time, and most of the time they're really easy and don't take a lot of time. We use surveys here at the college a lot to like rate classes and like we use them. I don't know. I think we use SurveyMonkey a lot. I know I get a lot of emails about SurveyMonkey, so I thought that was really relatable to like how surveys are used and like what they do. But like the college uses them a lot. Again, if you like link back, the college uses them to show to change things about the college and make it more comfortable for people. So I thought that was cool. Surveys have a high risk that people may not answer the questions right because like I thought they did because people might be answering the question based on what other people think instead of their actual own feelings. So, that is not fun, not cool. Statistical analysis of official records is the second one, and it takes a lot of statistics, like lots of math. And I thought it was really cool because you actually using math past high school, which people were like, oh no, like you're never gonna use that, but you actually are, because you're using mean, median, mode, range, and then you're using things to show to provide information of the mean of tests and the median of the scores, the middle of the data. So you gotta find like the middle of the data and where the social trends then continue. And I just thought that was cool. Experiments are the third one, and experiments have an independent variable and a dependent variable. So that's just like similar to a regular biological experiment that you would have. And then the last one was participant observation, which reminded me a lot of studies that we study in psychology and stuff like that. So I thought that was cool because it's similar to psychology. But thanks, bye.